Hey, what's up guys? My name is Moda and welcome back to the Mining Stacker YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be for the 7 of you, we're up to 7 now, for the 7 of you guys who are into Helium. This is going to be covering specifically Helium Mobile and even more specifically those Wi-Fi hotspots, right? So I did get the indoor unit and the outdoor unit. They are plugged in, they are earning rewards. We're going to go over profitability. We're going to look at what you need and compare it to the rest, right? So this is going to be not too long of a video because it's pretty time sensitive if you're considering getting some. They are currently in stock again. We'll cover that here in a moment, all right? So if that sounds good, guys, stay tuned. Let's get to this thing. So Helium Mobile has been getting a lot of interest lately just because of the price action, right? It's been kind of on people's radar again because this past month, we can see it here on CMC, 1,000% gain, okay? And so far seems to be somewhat holding. Just keep in mind though, when we look at the profitability, keep in mind that that's at the current price. Who's to say we drop down a good chunk? Because again, that is a massive, massive increase, and it is extremely possible for it to go down back somewhere in this range, right? So just keep that in mind as we go through it. Hopefully it stays here, but who knows, right? So think about that. So a couple of ways to earn the mobile token. The main way previously was with those CBRS radios. The problem there was the cost of entry. It was freaking 2,500 bucks for a setup. Although we did see recently they were down to like 1,100 bucks. But now with this interest, I'm sure those prices are up. One other way you could earn those tokens was with signing up with Helium's mobile cell phone service. You could earn rewards every day by enabling those discovery mapping rewards. It's pretty good, right? So their service currently is about 20 bucks a month, and you're able to earn, currently it's down to like 1,200 mobile a day, right? So if you're thinking of signing up just with the intention of making those rewards, not really worthwhile. It was worthwhile initially, right? I had signed up in the beta where it was only 5 bucks a month, and it's still only 5 bucks a month. And we were earning as high as like, 7,500 freaking mobile a day, right? It was stupid profitable. And even right now, it still is, right? It's still earning freaking 3 bucks a day for a service that costs $5 a month, right? So that was one of the ways. Now, the new way, and this is what's been getting a lot of interest, are these Wi-Fi hotspots. They released an indoor unit and an outdoor unit. The big difference here is the cost of entry. Okay, the indoor unit's only 250 bucks. Okay, and that's all you need to provide coverage. Okay, coverage is going to be extremely limited though, right? Think of like the Wi-Fi in your house, and specifically indoor, it's just going to cover an indoor building, going to cover a house, and that's about it, right? So the downfall with the indoor unit is, again, the limited scale of how much you can cover, and also in the rewards department, it is going to be a fixed rate. It's not going to be something with like the IoT miners where, okay, let me get a strong antenna. I'll put that antenna outdoors. I'll get more. That's not going to work that way with this guy. This guy is going to earn, currently it's about 1,200 mobile a day, which for a unit that's only 250 bucks and that's it, it's not bad. Even right now with this massive drop we just had, that's still what, like $3.50 a day, right? So it's not bad. It's something that'll pay itself off in just a couple of months, right? And you don't need to like offload that data to earn those rewards. Okay, that's one question I did have. It's you're gonna earn those 1,200 all the time. Okay, those rewards will go down though as more people do deploy these radios and these hotspots. It will go down, but you will be earning that, right? So that is not too bad. The one that had my interest though was the outdoor unit, right? So in this case, it's not a fixed amount. It is going to be based off of your location, how many hexes you can cover, and the quality of your install, right? So think of it in this case like those IoT miners. You want to get this thing outside. You want to get it as high as possible. You want to be in a nice, good area without too many obstructions to maximize coverage, because the more coverage you have, the more you will earn with this guy. Okay, so like we were talking about with the other guy, it was 1,200, right, with the indoor unit. This guy currently for me, you want to go, number one, to see if it's worthwhile, go to planner.hellohelium.com. When you go here, you can make a little account and you can actually put in your address to see what you should be making. Okay, when I did it for mine, it is higher. What I ended up actually earning is lower than what it was saying, right? So it was saying I would earn around 14,000 mobile, and that's what kind of had me like, what? So when it became available, that's why I ordered it. Real world numbers, it's about 9,500 mobile. Okay, so but talking to people, that seems to be the average though for the outdoor Wi-Fi's, if you're in a populated area where you have good coverage, right? So from what I've been seeing, it's anywhere from 7,500 to 10,000. It's just not freaking bad at all. Okay, so if you're out in the boonies and you're out in the middle of nowhere, nobody's around you, may not be the best thing. You're still going to want to go on here and see if it's worthwhile, right? But if it's only saying you're going to earn like 2,500, 3,000 mobile, and the possibility of earning less may not be super ideal. But again, if you're in a populated area, you're in a residential area or in a downtown area, those are definitely the more ideal locations, and you want to see what your coverage will be, right? So again, my overall numbers, it has been earning the past 2 days, and it is at 9,500, right? So it's pretty freaking good. As we look at the actual fiat value, when we go on here, 9,500 at the current price, right, which it did dip, it's about 28 freaking dollars a day, okay, which is a very big difference from the 1,200 I'm earning on the indoor. I did get an indoor unit and an outdoor unit. The indoor unit is at 1,200. It's like 1,175 now. And this guy, again, is at 9,500. So 28 freaking dollars a day for a unit that only requires, literally, it's under 30 watts of power, right? It's pretty insane. The only additional hardware you do need, so you do need the outdoor unit. You do need somewhere to mount it. It does have to go outside. Ideally, the higher the better. Mine, I do have a 2-story house. I already have a pole set up from my LoRaWAN antenna, so it just got strapped onto that pole, right? The only other thing you do need a PoE injector, so you can either get one of these guys, a PoE Plus, one that's just a single port, or you can get a switch, either one. It's about 25 bucks for the single, the switch is 45 bucks, and then like an outdoor PoE cable, okay, which is just the Ethernet that can do PoE, right? And that's it. You throw that guy on there, plug it, let it do its thing. Takes like a day or two for it to actually start earning if the install goes correctly, and that's it, right? You don't need an additional like gateway or anything else. It's just this, and that's kind of the appeal. It's because the cost of entry is just so much lower, right? As we had seen with like the initial CBRS radios, it was like 2,500 bucks. Again, recently went down to like 1,300. But again, for 500 bucks, for me, it was worth rolling the dice to see if this thing was accurate. And so far, although it's not as high as what it was estimating, it's pretty freaking good. Even if it was making just half of that, still really freaking good, in my opinion, right? This is totally up to you. It's not some kind of sponsor thing, anything like that. I just like to talk about this guy specifically right now. And the mention I mentioned that it was kind of a time-sensitive thing. The initial batch did sell out pretty quick. When I had done that last Helium video, you can even see it in there. It was only like 70% sold. It did eventually sell out. They did just do a restock yesterday. It was like overnight though. It was like in the middle of the night, early in the morning. It did sell out in 6 hours, and they just released a third batch now. This third batch isn't going to start shipping though until the end of the month. But if you're thinking about getting one, chances are it may sell out again, right? Especially when people really start seeing the profitability. Kind of didn't really know what to expect with the profitability, but turns out again, if you're in an ideal location, ideal setup, can be pretty lucrative, right? So some stuff to consider there. Again, look on here, and then this is not even factoring in that if you're like in one of these locations where they're going in hard, which right now it's currently Miami, boosted locations, right? So you can take that number and then you can add a multiplier to it. If you happen to be in one of these boosted hexes, which they're most likely going to start expanding here in the future as they start saying, I don't think it's going to be something that's going to happen like next month or whatever. They're kind of experimenting here, and they're trying to incentivize people to deploy in these ideal locations, right? So if you're in a downtown area, you may really, really want to think about it, because again, there's certain locations that are offering up to like a 100x multiplier, okay, which is insane, right? A lot of these other downtown areas, sometimes to 10x, it just depends on where it's at, right? It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed to happen everywhere. May not happen in your location, but if you do happen to be in one of these areas when you're looking at this thing, you definitely want to consider, right? One of the other questions I did have is if it would affect the earnings by having an indoor unit and an outdoor unit, and I can say that it does not, right? So the indoor unit earns what it's supposed to earn. The outdoor unit does as well. Supposedly, you can have currently up to 3 of the outdoor units. I may get another one and just have it facing the other direction, because this antenna is like directional, right? So it does cover that area well in that one direction. So I do plan to put another one, most likely, and have it just facing the opposite direction and see how much it affects earnings, if it does at all, right? If it is able to earn anywhere near in the vicinity of what it's currently earning, because chances are it may, right? Because again, I'm in a big residential area. Florida is relatively flat. There's not too many huge trees around me, so we'll see how that works out. But definitely, I have at least this guy. Very happy with it, right? Very happy with the earnings. And again, if you're thinking about doing it, you may want to do it sooner than later, because again, people are just kind of unsure what the earnings were going to look like, and now I can confirm. And again, go on Helium Planner and see what it says. If it says anything above like 5,000, 7,000, it may not be as high as what it says, but again, you just want to be in that vicinity, and it's going to be pretty freaking good. Specifically, if the price stays at where it's at also, right? Factor that in. Like even if, for me, even if it falls down 50%, it's still pretty, 15 bucks a day. It's amazing in my opinion, right? So just factor that in though, that it can happen. We're currently here. Wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world for it to drop back down where it was just weeks ago, right? So take that into consideration. But I just wanted to give you that update, guys, let you know, because those are questions I had, right? I was kind of unsure, really didn't know what to expect, and so far it's been good, right? So just wanted to let you know the profitability numbers before it really gets out, or right now what's still available, because chances are, again, this thing was very, very likely to sell out, especially as people learn of the profitability, right? So let me know if you guys are thinking of getting one. Let me know in the comments. Or is Helium trash? You're never going to do it again? Or are you worried about delays? Are you going to get delayed like the last fiasco that they had? Who knows? Let me know in the comments, guys. I know you guys don't really like Helium too much, but just wanted to put it out there. I find it extremely fascinating, and this thing is extremely profitable. So again, look into it, guys, if you haven't already. So let me know, guys, what you guys are thinking in the comments. Thank you for watching, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe, guys, and I am out.